Hello, Pisces ladies or Pisces divine feminine um, counterparts. It could be whether man or woman. It doesn't really matter. We're working with energy here. Welcome to Heart Wisdom Tarot, and this is a reading looking at the current energies around the divine masculine, or the twin flame, or the soulmate, your love interest. And from now and going into the month of February, I've already shuffled and laid out the cards to save time on recording and uploading time. And tuning into the cards, the impression that I get overall is of a very slow moving energy here. Yes, it's as if the divine masculine is really, really, really taking his time. And that should not come as a surprise, I think. It's I think the case with the divine masculine, that they're very slow, or at least in my case, in my experience, I shouldn't say all of them, but in my experience, that's been the case. So this reading really speaks to me a lot, and I'm a Piscean. But at the end, we've got the Eight of Wands. So it looks like there is potential for things to move forward at some point next month, or even going into March. The Eight of Wands is about communication as well. So if you're waiting for communication, you're waiting to hear from them, there is a potential for that. But anyway, let's go through the cards one by one. So in the overall energy of the divine masculine, at the moment, it's the Hanged Man reversed. This speaks of someone who's in suspension, somebody who doesn't know whether to go forward, backwards, sideways, left, right, and how to get out of the situation that they find themselves in, whether it's because of external pressures and circumstances or internal, but it speaks of a delay, of somebody who's, stuck. But also, the Hanged Man reversed speaks of someone who's deliberately not taking a decision. They know what they need to do, but they're almost hoping that the decision will make itself and the situation will sort itself out somehow, which is very wishful thinking, because in the end, if they don't take that decision, they will be pushed into making a decision, and a level of sacrifice will come with that, because the Hanged Man also speaks of making a sacrifice. So sooner or later, one can stall, one can delay things, but eventually they will have to take that decision, and they will have to make the necessary sacrifices needed to move forward and leave this energy. And with the Hanged Man reversed, sometimes it also means that they are about to come out of this energy. That they're nearly whether it's by their own will or by circumstances pushing them to take action, it's not far from happening. But at the moment, this is the energy. Then looking at how they view the divine feminine, how they view the divine feminine counterpart, and I've got the Queen of Cups, beautiful card. So they see you, they see us, they see the divine feminine as loving and nurturing and caring, and intuitive and empathic. She's emotional as well. Somebody who's very loving. So that's very positive. And looking at the Hanged Man and the Queen of Cups together, I mean, the Hanged Man is ruled by Neptune. Is a Neptune card. The Queen of Cups is the Cancer card, which is ruled by the Moon. So we've got a water sign here. We've got, which is all about emotions. We've got Neptune, the planet of dreams, of illusions, of imagination, and the Moon, which rules Cancer. The Moon is about the hidden. It's about dreams. So all these combinations together, water, Neptune, the Moon, it's almost like this particular divine masculine that we're looking at in this reading is very dreamy. He's very dreamy. Maybe he's somebody who prefers to just imagine and daydream rather than take action. And that's interesting because we've got the Knight of Pentacles here, which is, it's the slowest of all the knights. He's static, he's not moving, he's not taking any action yet. It's all in his head because he's planning, he's envisioning, but he's not moving yet. He's not taking action yet. So maybe we're looking at someone here who's more into, definitely a slow mover, but somebody who daydreams, who lives very much in their own imagination, in their own world of dreams and illusions. The third card is about how the divine masculine views the connection or the relationship. And it's the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about celebration, reunions. So he views it in a positive light. It's something that brings joy and happiness when he thinks about it. When he's in this kind of imaginative state of mind, when he's daydreaming about the divine feminine, when he's in those kind of watery, in this watery energy, the moon-like energy, the Neptunian energy, it's something that brings him happiness. It's something that brings him joy. But also it could mean that he is hoping for a reunion, that he is wishing for a reunion, even though he's not doing anything about it. That's kind of in his deep down wishes and dreams that he's hoping for a reunion. For some of you, it could be a third-party situation, that he's viewing the connection as, part of a three-way situation, especially that we've got the Hierophant here, which is about commitment, marriage. So if this person is in another committed relationship, maybe they view the connection within that light, and that is why they're not doing anything. That's why they're feeling stuck. That's why they're delaying making a choice and taking a decision. So it will vary, from situation to situation. In the obstacle position, we've got the Hierophant. What is his obstacle? Well, as I was saying, he could be, or she could be, it depends who's embodying the divine masculine here, but I'm saying he here. Because this person is committed, and he doesn't know how to get out of that situation. Maybe he feels that he will have a massive, he will have to make a big sacrifice if he decided to leave that connection, for example. And he knows he's got a decision to make, but he's just taking his time with it. He's delaying it. He's not able to face it. This person could be also a traditional, conservative kind of person, because the Hierophant is also about moral values and traditional values. And it could be that this person has a level of, sort of moral and ethical values about the situation. And because he is committed to someone else, they may feel unable to move forward with their connection with you. So there's a dilemma here for them, where they want to be with you, but their moral and ethical values and the way they could be, very conservative, very traditional in their view of society, of relationships. Maybe that's what's keeping them from taking action. Maybe they care, they have a family, maybe they have children, maybe they care financially for their partner. It could be all sorts of reasons, and so they feel that obligation, that moral obligation towards whoever they are with. But some sort of commitment, some sort of a societal expectation here is, and even their own, not just society's expectation, but their own expectations of themselves may prevent them from moving forward. Then next to the Hierophant, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is another earth sign. The Knight of Pentacles represents Virgo. The pentacles are earth, the earth element. And it's right next to the Hierophant, who is Taurus, another earth sign. So there is a level of, and we've got the King of Pentacles as well here. So that's 3 earth cards. So we've got, the earth element here, which is, it's not about movement. It's slow. It's static. And with the Hanged Man in reverse, there's definitely not just slow, but I would say static energy. It's not moving yet. So whatever is happening with the Hierophant energy, whether it's the commitment and the societal expectations, that's with the Knight of Pentacles right next to the Hierophant here. It is saying that this is what is preventing him from actually moving forward. He's just standing on his horse. It's all going on in his head because he's not, even though he's standing, he's also planning. He's also thinking about his next steps. So even though no action is being undertaken, the thinking is happening. There is thinking here, there is planning about next steps. But the person is taking their time. And the Knight of Pentacles here is in the position of what does the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know? Well, he wants you to know that he is thinking and planning, that even though he is not doing much, he is not moving, he is thinking about it. He is planning his next steps. He is being methodical. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles represents the sign of Virgo, and Virgo is the very meticulous, methodical sign, almost perfectionist. So he wants to do things in the right way. He doesn't want to rush. He wants to take his time. He wants to plan. And he wants the divine feminine to know that he is doing that. And he's almost asking her to be patient here, because this card is about it doesn't mean patience, but it's almost like, I'm here, I'm taking my time, I'm slow moving, please be patient with me, kind of message here. And we've got the King of Pentacles also in the spread. So this knight is eventually going to grow into the King of Pentacles. Whatever he's planning, he is going to put it into action. Interestingly, the King of Pentacles is represented by Taurus, just like the Hierophant. So, and the Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love, but also the planet of finances and financial abundance. And Taurus is a sign that likes financial stability. They like having the comforts of life. So this says to me that the divine masculine, one of the reasons why he is also taking his time here, apart from possibly a third-party situation and commitment, is that they are in the process of working on their finances, working on improving their financial status, improving their financial prospects for their financial stability, because we've got two pentacles here. Taurus, which, as I said, is the sign that needs and wants and pursues financial comfort and financial stability. So that could be one thing that's on the divine masculine's mind as well. And maybe financial stability and feeling financially secure is the key for him to move forward. Maybe that will be the key to opening the door. And maybe that's what's stopping him as well at the moment from taking any steps towards you. because he does not feel financially able to or financially secure at the moment, and that's something that's important for him. But as I can see from the spread, he will accomplish that. He will move from being the Knight to being the King of Pentacles with all abundance around him. I think there's grapes or pomegranates or all around him, a lot of abundance, sitting on his throne, surrounded by all these by luxury, really. He's worked hard, he has planned, he's been methodical, he thought about his next steps very carefully, and he worked hard and achieved the status, achieved the stability, achieved the position that he was seeking. And that's when things start moving. These two cards, I'm going ahead of myself here, but these two cards are about possible outcome, the likely outcome. And it is about movement, it is about communication, it is about things moving from the Hanged Man and the Knight of Pentacles to the Eight of Wands. But that's when he becomes the King of Pentacles, when he's secured that stability that he wants. So the next card is the Nine of Wands, and it's in the position of guidance for the Divine Feminine. Guidance for you, given this situation, given what's happening with the Divine Masculine. The Nine of Wands is a card that says, I've had enough. I am so tired. I have had enough. I don't want to wait anymore. I'm just sick of it. And if you see the two cards here, we've got the man here in the Eight of Wands looking at the Knight of Pentacles with a lot of weariness here. It's like he's had enough of it. It's look, I'm bruised, I'm tired, I'm hurt, and you are so slow, standing there on your horse, not doing anything, not moving. I've had enough. And the Knight of Pentacles looking towards the Nine of Wands here, as if talking to the Divine Feminine, saying, I am thinking, I am planning. I am not moving now, but I am thinking about my next steps. I am planning. Please be patient. Please be patient, and please, there's only one wand left, and we'll come to the completion of this, because the Nine of Wands says, you're nearly there. You're nearly there. Keep going. That's what it says. Keep going. I know you're tired, you're bruised, you're on your guard, you've had enough, but keep going. Don't give up. And that's what the Knight of Pentacles, in the position of what the masculine wants the feminine to know, is saying that. He's saying, I'm not moving, but I'm about to. I'm thinking about it, I'm planning, it's in my head. Just bear with me for a little bit. So what the guidance for the Divine Feminine is, don't give up. You're nearly there. You're nearly there. I know it's a very difficult kind of thing or message to sometimes accept or believe, because when you've had enough, and you're tired of waiting. You're tired of, for some of the Divine Masculines, their energy is in and out. It's not constant, it's not consistent. We're tired of them not making a decision. but the card is saying you're nearly there. Don't get discouraged. You've come all this way. You've just got one more step, and you'll get there. I've also pulled a card from the Ask Your Guides Oracle cards by Sonia Choquette as a guidance for the Divine Feminine, and I've got self-control, higher self, and I'm just going to read it for you. That's 50. So, your higher self is advising you to keep your emotions in check through these times of change and transition, because things are changing, things are moving, especially for the divine masculine. Things are moving. It's just everything is in gestation, but it's taking time. So keep your emotions in check, the emotions of frustration, of anger. Be on guard as well. Well, the Nine of Wands can signify that also, somebody who's on guard. Be on guard as well against being manipulated emotionally by the fear and drama of those around you. Change is in the air, and the uncertainty at hand is stirring up a lot of anxiety and insecurity. And that's completely on point, because the behavior of the divine masculine, him not doing anything, not taking action, not coming forward, not saying anything, is stirring up a lot of fear, or can stir up a lot of fear, insecurity, anxiety, thinking this is a waste of time. So it can stir up all sorts of challenging emotions for us. And the message here is guarding us against letting those emotions take hold of us. So change is in the air, and the uncertainty at hand is stirring up a lot of anxiety and insecurity. Recognize the potential stress and choose to brave the volatile storm by remaining cool, calm, and collected. Whatever you do, don't allow yourself to succumb to the seductive and addictive appeal of high drama as a way of expending the excess adrenaline coursing through your veins. Through all those emotions. Go for a run or work out at the gym. Use your anxiety physically rather than emotionally. And protect yourself against the fear-provoking actions of others. The fear-provoking actions here that are coming from the non-action of the divine masculine. Yes, it's difficult to face the unknown, but your higher self calmly assures you that no matter what challenges you encounter, you can handle everything beautifully if you remain detached, relaxed, and grounded. Your higher self's message: stay cool. This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Because we can feel so insecure and fall into these emotions of fear and anxiety and worry and stress, and that's all unnecessary. It doesn't help us, and that's why the message here very clearly is: stay cool, calm, and collected, detached, and relaxed. And maybe some of you have seen my previous video where I talk about why we chase the divine masculine. And I actually recorded 2 videos about this, and in both of them I really stress the importance of focusing on ourselves versus letting go. It's not about letting go. You don't have to let go of anything. It's about shifting the focus from the other onto yourself. And as the guidance here was saying, when we feel those high emotions coming up, the best way is to expand them physically. So what I do personally is I go to the park, I take my dog for a walk or a run, I go to my yoga class, I go out, I call a friend and just, talk it through with a friend. I put the music on and start dancing. It's doing something that will shift the energy. And doing something physical is really a good way of shifting the energy and releasing all that emotional intensity and emotional charge that we can feel when we're in that space of, fear or frustration or anxiety. So that's a very, very apt guidance here. The likely outcome, I was very pleased to see this. It will be for some of us, not for everybody, but it is very likely that there will be communication coming within the next month or two. It is fast coming, could be unexpected, and there could be a lot of communication actually, maybe a long exchange or a few exchanges, or the communication picking up with the divine masculine. But next to it we have the King of Pentacles. So this shows, as I mentioned earlier, that the divine masculine has done something. There's a level of growth here, a level of maturity, but also a level of that something that shows that he didn't just stay on that horse and did not move, but that eventually he took action and acted upon all that planning that he was doing in his head. And that's what got him to the King of Pentacles status. So if he was working on a project or, I don't know, maybe a job, whatever, that he's been working on to secure financial stability, he's achieved that. He took action and he's achieved that. And when he's in that position of the King of Pentacles, he feels stable enough, he feels secure enough to come forward to the divine feminine. He feels ready. He feels he's got what he needs to come forward to the divine feminine. And if you see here in the position of how he views the divine feminine, he views her as a queen. She's the Queen of Cups for him. So there's an element here of, and it's interesting, the Queen of Cups here is right on top of the Knight of Pentacles. So he feels at the moment he's a knight. He's not a king. He's not equal to her in status, in energy, in maturity. And maybe there is, for some divine masculines, a level of lower self-esteem, as in, I need to be the king to be able to approach or come forward or resume communication with this queen. So we are equal. Yeah, we can see eye to eye. And that's his perception. I'm sure the Queen of Pentacles, she's so caring and loving and empathetic that if he came to her, even as the Knight of Pentacles, she's not going to reject him or look down on him, but his own perception, especially if he's a conservative, traditional, somebody with traditional views, he wouldn't, a divine masculine, a man especially, if he's got traditional views about how things should be, he would want to be the provider. He would want to be a king. He wouldn't want to approach his queen when he's only still a Knight of Pentacles. So that explains why the movement here will happen only when he becomes the King of Pentacles, where he feels fit enough, fit for her. He's the king making a move towards his queen. He will have the esteem, the confidence to move towards her when he feels he's in the right position, when he can provide, when he can be the king. So that's a very positive outcome. But it will vary, the timing will vary depending on how long it takes the Knight of Pentacles to become the King of Pentacles. And that will vary from person to person. When will he move from this energy of feeling maybe lesser than the Queen of Pentacles to actually working through whatever he needs to work through to get the stability that he wants, to feel confident enough to approach the king, to approach the Queen of Pentacles? That will vary on your divine masculine in question. So the timing, obviously the energy is very fluid, but what this reading is saying is those divine masculines who are in this position, who are not doing anything at the moment, who are delaying taking a decision, who are feeling stuck because of another situation, or because in this case, I think the majority, it's more about, I feel, their sense of stability and material success here. If they're in another relationship, it doesn't seem like it is the key obstacle here for them communicating with you or coming forward. But it's really to do with their own confidence and self-esteem and how they view themselves to be fit or not fit for a Queen of Cups. I'm going to pull a card from the Whispers of Love Oracle deck, which is a beautiful, beautiful deck, about this message here. Let's get another message from the Divine Masculine. So here he's saying, I'm working on it. Just be patient with me. I'm working on it. I'm not moving, yes, but I am working on it. So let's get a card. And the card is, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Look to your inner strength. Divine Feminine. That's his message. So he's saying here, please be patient. But we all know that patience requires a lot of strength. It's not easy, especially when we're tired and feeling bruised and battered and exhausted. We feel like we're completely out of energy. We're completely drained by this. We have no strength or energy left within us. But he's saying, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. You can do this. You can do this. Just like the message in this card, don't give up. Don't give up. You can do it. You've got a lot of strength within you. Don't give up. And this card, which says, don't let the fear and don't let the anxiety, don't let the worry take over. Don't let these emotions manipulate you into feeling disheartened and disillusioned and giving up, and expand that energy by doing something for yourself, whether it's physical, whether doing something that you love, if you have a passion. To shift the energy. Do something that works for you to shift your energy and reconnect with that inner strength within you that will carry you forward. That will carry you forward. It's a beautiful message. It's a message of encouragement here from the Divine Masculine. Be patient with me. I'm working on it. And, you're strong. You can do this. Because waiting and being patient is not really the easiest of things. It's very hard upon us, and we can easily get discouraged and disheartened. But you can do it. You can do it. All the very best to you, Divine Feminine. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. I love this deck. Divine Feminines, all the very best. And reconnect with you next time.